Alright, so it looks like today we are on the north side takeoff for MCO, Orlando International Airport. So the airplane should be lighter for you guys. I'm going to be able to record. So I was wiring up the panel, right? So I already have the 40 amp DC breaker, the fuse block ready to go, and then the trickle charger for the battery. Right, so I thought I had enough shielded 16 gauge marine wire to run circuits. I thought I had enough, but then I remembered that I used a lot of the old cables that came out of my 14-foot aluminum John boat to wire in a 10-foot aluminum John boat for a friend of mine. That his parents commissioned me to do it for him, so I used a lot of my extra shielded wire. So this shielded wire here is great because each individual color, right, red and black, are shielded together, and they are ready for marine use. So this is Coast Guard approved wiring. It's great for small projects and things of that nature. This wiring right here is green and brown. This is trailer wiring that I had laying around. I use this as a measurement because I work by myself a lot of times, so I give myself a lot of slack on one end of the wire, and I use this as a rough estimate as to how much wire I'm going to use for a run, because boats are rarely straight. In fact, they're not straight at all, and they're some boats are curved towards the bow, so that's why I run physical wires and get a linear foot measurement of how much wire I need. And then I've seen people use automotive wire, and automotive wire is great for short runs. For example, I'm going to use automotive wire to go from the feed side of the fuse block to the switches, right? And then shielded wire to go from the switch to the load. And the load is things like lights, nav lights, stereos, anything that needs DC current to run goes on the load side. And that's why I wanted to use the shielded cable. I thought I had enough for this project, and unfortunately I did not. And I went on the interwebs, and on Amazon, a 50-foot roll of this stuff is now going for about $55. I went to my local hardware stores, and they did not have it available. Now at Ace, Lowe's, or Home Depot, they don't carry it, unfortunately. They carry all the house and automotive grade stuff, but not this stuff. And then when I went to AutoZone and Advanced, it's only the single wire. And this is great if you're doing small projects, like if you're doing a bilge pump, or if you're wiring in some fog lamps and you're using gator clips and it's not a permanent installation. This is going to be a one and done scenario for me, so I don't want to go ahead and use this kind of wire. And then I went over to a local hobby supply store for electronic supply store that I have here in Orlando. It's called Skycraft, and they did not have this in stock, right? Oh, this is a heavier jet coming through, sorry. You guys, they did not have this in stock, and he said that the supplier was back ordered. So his distributor, to where he would get his 2-wire shielded, is backed up. And he sells this kind of wire, or they sell this kind of wire, this shielded wire, for 75 cents a linear foot. So the 50-foot roll would run me $37.50, right? On the other hand, under where the spool for this one is, it had this wire. This wire here is 3-in-1. So 16 gauge, right? Shielded, marine grade, just like the white one, but you have 2 circuits you can use off of this line. So I'm going to use this instead for my boat because the ground is common between both circuits, right? So the red could be, for example, my nav lights, and the white circuit could be the fog lights. So instead of running 2 shielded wires, right, to the bow, I can probably squeeze out 1. I'm probably going to end up doing 1, so it's common to the ground. The ground can handle both. Probably won't be on simultaneously. This wire has a 13 amp load capacity. The nav lights use 5, and the fog lights are 10. Now, I'm sorry, the nav lights are LED, so they're probably 1 or 2 amps. And the fog lights are also LED, so at most they pull 10 amps. So I'm well under the ampacity for the wire, so I'm good there. The stereo runs off of a 5 amp AC to DC adapter now, since it's plugged into the shop. So once it's plugged into the boat, same thing. The ampacity is enough for it. The bilge pump and the rear stern light. The rear stern light is LED as well, and it uses like maybe 4 amps. So the amp draws is really light. So this is overkill for what I want to do. So instead of running 2 separate strands of wiring, I'm going to have 1 going to the bow for the nav and fog lights, 1 going to the stern of the boat for the nav and bilge pump. And then since it's shielded, I don't have to worry about corrosion or any of that mess. The other kind of things I have for this boat that I have laying around, I have a box of electric splices and spade joints and so forth. I have these nifty, I think I have them down here. I think I have them up there still. So I say they're nifty because they're cool. I did a Carson's boat with these. These are heat shrink connectors, and in the center, as you can see here, that's lead solder. So once you heat the connection, it starts to melt in between the 2 connections. It solders the wire for you, which is great. And then, of course, I use heat shrink tubing. So yeah, so that's what I did. I bought a 50-foot roll of this 16 by 3, and it came out $232.50. So it'll come out cheaper for me because I can double up on circuits on 1 strand, right? So on this 1 strand, I can put in 2 circuits, and then anything left over or anything shorter that I need. For example, I want to have deck lights. I have LED deck lights. I'm gonna probably end up using these. The leftovers from this spool for that. The trailer wire, not really concerned about that. I need to drop the amperage for the DC outlet. It's currently 30 amps. I want to drop it down to 15 amps. So the DC outlets for the cigarette lighter and the USB outlets are no more than 15 amps. What else? Oh, real quick. Actually, you know what? Let me just cut this out now. It's a 10-minute rant on boat electronics and wiring. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you would have done anything differently. I mean, yeah, I could have spent $50 or $55 and gotten the 16 by 2 wire and run separate lines for the circuits. But for my application, this is going to be overkill. So I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. Remember, you guys, every boat's unique. Every situation's unique. I am doing this as cheaply as possible because I have no income right now. And that's changing on Monday. Monday's my first day at my new job. And thank the Lord because I need to have a job. It's been 5 months without work, and things are getting not sketchy, but it's getting to me because I need to. First time I've been out of work for a long period of time, in a long time. So yeah, thank you for watching Leo Builds It. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Oh, share the video. Share a lot of the video.